in terms of running between the wickets, trusting each other's call.
Yeah, that was played a bit behind square. The fielder was almost towards mid-wicket, and that's what gave the batters enough time to come back for the second. Good looking shot, but again, no runs this time for Tanzit.
That's fine. I think he was a little unlucky in not playing it away, but that's the proper shot. He wasn't really overhitting it and not trying to...
Looking for a single, and they will get it because of that huge gap provided by way of pushing the fielder back onto the boundary. End of the over, 33 without loss, Bangladesh A. India A getting 211 after being put into bat by Bangladesh. A good performance from the Bangladesh bowlers. They were really good and disciplined right through the innings. And now they started off well in their chase, played away in the onside. Naeem Sheikh is not missing out on any opportunities here, and he's been provided a lot of opportunities by the India bowlers.
Yes, that's rather tardy, to say the least. Going down the leg side, just allowing the batter to really pick a spot. Look at this, just the angle. If he missed it, it would have gone for wides. So, good running between the wickets. That's been a feature that these two can be pretty happy about. Whenever it's played in shade wider of the fielder, they're ready to go for the second run. Away. This is looking rather ominous for India here. These two really getting a move on. 7 boundary in the innings.
Tanzit and retain the strike. 41 without loss, Bangladesh A after 6 overs. It's a very good positive response from Bangladesh A. They are 41 without loss, chasing a target of 212. And this man has been right on top of his game. Naeem Sheikh creaming the bowlers through the offside. And then the lone pull in that first over. 4 boundaries coming of it. And then 1 straight down the ground. Lovely shots those. Not only by Naeem Sheikh, by our camera crew as well.
Absolutely. Got in the right angles, got behind the lines of the shots. Delight to watch.
Beautifully struck. There is a man out in the deep. Will he cut it off? No, he doesn't. A good effort that, but still the ball eludes him. This Quick, he's been really good in this tournament, but even he can't cut it off.
Elegance personified in that shot. Left-handers naturally look elegant, but when they're driving the balls through the covers in that fashion, makes it look so pleasing to the eye. This has been terrific from both the openers now. Really getting into the rhythm, really going after the bowling.
The pressure is on India, definitely now. The India A bowlers are facing a stiff challenge here. It's been more or less a kind of a walk in the park for them in the earlier games. They picked up wickets first up, but here no success so far.
Once again, opportunity Tanzid Hassan has been terrific. 51 of 39 versus Sri Lanka, the loss game. But Oman, 68. Afghanistan didn't get amongst the runs, but is well on the way here. 18 of 18.
The batters are asking for a drink because Dhruv Jorel is asked for the physio to come in and release the cramps that he is suffering from. Some stretching will take place here. And Bangladesh walked out to bat, having to chase 212 to reach the final. They started off in great fashion. Very positive, very confident, especially Naeem Sheikh having an answer to everything that the Indian bowlers threw at him. And he's been dominant, whereas Tanzid, bit tentative, but now he's gradually growing in confidence. Surprising, because he's the one who's been in good form.
Funny old game, never know, but both of them have been in decent form in recent times in this tournament as well as previously, coming from good batting performances in the domestic circuit. 45 after 6.2, pause and play.
Yes, this is the ACC Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup here. And we have the senior one coming up too. And this is how the groupings are. India, Pakistan and Nepal in Group A, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan in Group 2. And top two teams from each group will qualify for the Super 4. And this is the schedule. Pakistan will take on Nepal in Multan, and then Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Those two games in Kandy. Pakistan was India 2, and then Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Lahore. India take on Nepal at Kandy. Afghanistan, Angargeka has to get his discipline going here like he did in the first two games, or rather the previous two games. Staying a bit outside the crease is Tanzid. And squaring up as well. Some batters feel they can sight the ball better if they open up in their stance. But that will also provide a little bit of opportunity for the bowler if he angles it across.
The ball comes a little quicker, understandably, but the thought process from the batting perspective is that maybe negates a little bit of a shape that might happen with a new ball, and you may feel that with the pace, that added pace, that when you strike at point of impact on the bat, it gets an opportunity to you to angle the balls away without trying to hit it too hard.
Cut away. There is a man out in the deep. He's been really good while playing these shots on the offside. He's getting on top of the bounce if it's short, and then if it's full, he's getting a good stride out.
After that initial blistering start, I think Naeem Sheikh has said, okay, just tone it down a little bit, be a little more picky with my shots. And that is a sensible way of going about it. You put the pressure on the bowlers, now you just try and milk the runs.
Yes, he's just looking to respond. He's not looking to manufacture shots here. Poor delivery this from Angargeka. Just helped away on its way. Another boundary for Tanzid.
This is what happens when the bowlers are under pressure. They try something different. All Tanzid had to do is swivel around. Maybe not from the meaty part, possibly the splice of the bat, but that'll do. That'll do nicely because there's no protection there. 4 more runs.
Our Bangladesh of 41 deliveries, 51 in fact, whereas India got the first 50 of 87 deliveries. Still make it a good contest. Dot ball to end the over. 51 without loss, Bangladesh after 7 overs.
Vinay Kumar joining me in the hot seat. What's your take? First up.
Looks very close there. We need to wait and watch what third umpire is going to decide.
There's been a few close calls for the batsman here. Does this angle, which is pretty much square on, to see whether that boot is actually, or some part of that foot is behind the line. On the line is not good enough for the batter, remember. Well, inconclusive, which is why the green light comes on. So a close call, but Sheikh survives.
Well, it was a very good delivery from Yuvraj. He beat on a batter with the flight. You can see some turn there. Maybe ball is getting older. So more and more ball gets older, they can get more turn from the wicket.
Off the thick outside edge. He's not looked very convincing here as Tanzit Sheikh against the turning ball.
It's a good keeping there from Dhruv Jurel. Remember, similar thing happened with Nitin Jose when he was batting. But things are not going well for India A.
This time attacking the stump line. Yuvraj Todia. It's important to see how he's just varied the line as well. For Tanzit, that first delivery was in line with the stumps. For Naeem Sheikh, he's just floating the ball in just around that off stump line, getting it to grip and turn away. He's pushing it through quicker for Tanzit.
Well, he's mixing it up nicely with his pace.
At this stage, as a comparison, it's 29 without loss. This is the score for India. Now that was sliding down the leg side. More of hope in that appeal from Yuvraj. Doesn't get the wicket that he was looking for. 8 gone. It's 52 without loss. Prem Parag, the left-handers out there. He can bowl the off break to the left-hander. We've seen him do that before. 37 wickets in his list A career. Didn't really contribute much with the bat today. Here's his chance to now contribute with the ball in hand.
India A badly required one breakthrough here because they have only 212 runs to defend. When you're defending low score, you need to get those early wickets. But Bangladeshi A batters are...
I think it's about just trying to stay in the game, to hang in there. Tossed up delivery. Not a bad idea. What happened in the previous over? The last ball seemed to be sliding down.
Somehow they have to get one wicket. They will do everything now because that is the only way they can come back in the game. Bangladesh got that.
Look at that. But the temptation has been given to the batter. Tanzit's been told, okay, if you want to hit against the turn, take that route and try and go over mid-on. Would you take that chance? Looks for a single. Gets it easily. That's good running. He took off the moment he played that shot.
As soon as he drove the ball, he started running immediately. That is the reason he easily finished that run. So, well, if you think from Team India point of view, they have to bowl more dot balls. Beautiful delivery here from Riyan Parag, getting some turn and bounce. They need one wicket. If they get one wicket, they can come back in the game.
This at least gives them an opening, gives them something to work with. Just 2 runs off this over from Riyan Parag. 9 gone, 54 without loss. The mid-wicket region, and he's hit it a lot straighter, a lot squarer for 4. They look for 2 here, no. Settle for the single, no chance taken there. 10 boundaries in the innings so far for Bangladesh. That's half the number of boundaries the India A batters came up with in the entire innings. So they've really shown intent, and I think the ploy is to make quick runs while the ball is still hard and new and coming onto the bat nicely.
Well, out of 59 runs, 40 runs. India A bowlers are considered in boundaries. So when you have lesser target, sometimes you tend to give extra effort, which not at all required in that moment. Keeping it simple, sticking to your basics will help you to get those wickets. That I didn't see today with the Indian seam bowlers. They were trying too hard here.
The other thing is, remember, you've got the power play on, so only 2 boundary riders allowed. And that's why a greater number of boundaries in the first 10 overs. Now that fielder at square leg is a lot squarer, just behind the square leg umpire to cover the angle for the slog sweep.
Once as a batter start hitting sweep for spinners, their length tend to get disturbed. That's what is happening now.
Off the outer edge. Tanzit survives. 10 gone. The power plays come to an end. It's 60 without loss.
Obviously, भाई 2 विकेट आने दे अंदर रहे.
They're going at 6 and over. Bangladesh A, and remember, again that teasing line to Naeem Sheikh. They've got this line that I'd like to talk about, which is outside the off stump. And this is what happened to Tanzit. Again, it's that area just outside the off stump, slightly fuller in length. The outside edge.
Well, the bottom end is coming in play. That is the reason he is losing his shape there.
And I think that's the line that you've got to be bowling at, outside, just outside off stump for these 2 left-handers. Because the moment you've pitched it in line with the stumps or pitched around middle and off, they've been able to work it on the onside. They've been able to even play that sweep as well off the middle stump line. This is better. This is better. You might get driven, but you're also creating the opportunity for getting that's going on between Rayan Parag and the keeper Dhruv Jurel. But the big question that hangs in the air now for Yash Dole is, does he bring on his left arm spinner? Does he bring on Nishant Sindhu, or does he bring on Manav Sutar now? Let's take a look at the highlights of the Bangladesh run chase thus far. Started off in quick fire fashion, getting 16 of that very first over that was sent down by Harshit Rana.
Beautiful batting display. Sometimes 10 boundaries till now they have scored. They're dealing with boundaries.
Some glorious drive straight through the covers and down the ground, then the sweep being deployed against the spinner Yuvraj Dodia, who's going to continue from the media end. They're ahead in runs, haven't lost a wicket, have Bangladesh. That's good fielding by Yash Dole. Moved across very quickly, the Indian captain.
If you see Rana's bowling, the first over, the 4 boundaries. So, captain can give a thought. Getting him back. Now, there will be 4 fielders outside. So, those 2 are your main bowlers who has been taking bulk of a wicket for you. So, it's not a bad idea getting from one end seamer.
would they look at that? For the moment, it's the two off-break bowlers in operation, bowling in tandem. Look at that. The boundaries have dried up. They're dealing in singles. They're rotating strike, getting about 3 or 4 singles every over. They have the option of the left-arm spinners. There's Abhishek Sharma as well, along with Manav Sutar and Nishant Sindhu.
Playing in his first game, Yuvraj doing a great job here. Started bowling in the power play, bowling in right areas, not conceding many runs, no loose balls.
This was a game plan, I think, that was preconceived. It was well thought out even before the match began. The moment they'd included Yuvraj Dodhia in the playing 11, you knew that he'd be bowling in the power play with the two left-handers opening the batting for Bangladesh A. Goes down the ground, and that will be for mid-on, was up inside the 30-yard circle. And that was the invitation that was accepted by Tanzil. 12 gone, 69 without loss.
Manav.
That's the match summary for you. The second semi-final, India A. Their batting not clicking today, but credit to the way Bangladesh bowled today. Rakibul picking up 2 wickets, 2 for Sheikh Mehndi, who opened the bowling, and Tanzim chipping in with 2 as well. Important wickets that he got. But we're talking about left-arm spin being pressed into service. It's going to be Manav Sutar, the frontline left armer in this India A lineup. He's been handed the ball.
He is the most successful bowler for India A. 4 matches, 6 wickets. The last game against Pakistan, he has done a wonderful job. Here he is going to bowl for the 2 set left-hand batters.
This plays on the domestic circuit for Rajat. Single of the very first ball, but you look at the approach to the crease. He's quick in his run-up and his approach to the popping crease. Manav Sutar does tend to impart a fair bit of rip on the ball as he releases the ball as well. This is the boundary. The last ball of the previous over of Yuvraj Dodhia.
Length was full. Didn't turn. That was the reason he went for the big shot. Chosen the aerial route. Got those much needed boundary.
Oh, that one turned. Now they're appealing for a caught behind as well. The initial appeal was for a leg before from the bowler, and then the wicket-keeper latches onto the ball, and he's appealing for a caught behind.
It looked very close. First they were appealing for LBW, then wicket-keeper joined, appealing for a caught behind.
Well, the umpire says nothing doing. It wasn't out leg before because the ball was missing the leg stump. And did it grab any glove? That's the question. Yes! It's played on! And Manav Sutar has brought about the breakthrough. Naim Sheikh drags it back onto his stumps. He's disappointed. And India A strike.
Much needed break for India A. Manav Sutar. Super bowling display here. Bowling in his first over and striked.
Ball did grip the surface and it turned back into the left-hander who wanted to go for the expansive drive. Just dragging it back onto the middle stump. So Naim Sheikh's gone for 38. Bangladesh A are 70 for 1. There's a lot of times that you talk of matchups and you say that the left arm spinner going up against the left-handed bat might not be the ideal matchup. But once again, you have proof that a quality left armer can take wickets irrespective of who he's bowling to. Zakir Hasan walks out into the middle, averaging just under 30 in List A cricket. He's got 2,658 runs to his name and loads of experience, playing his 103rd match. So he's an experienced campaigner on the list in the List A format. But the reason why he has come out there in the middle is because of this.
Left is right for Team India. They were kind of holding, thinking left-arm spinner might not be that effective against left-hand batter, but that is highly rated. Good bowler, good spinner. He should be ready to bowl against any kind of batter. Manav Sudhar is doing a great job for India A.
Oh, again, turn and bounce for Manav Sudhar. And this had Zakir in all sorts of bother.
Are we going to see some dream spell from Manav Sudhar? The way he's starting looks like he's going to be a dangerous bowler in this wicket.
What a fantastic over this. The first one from Manav Sudhar. He's picked up a wicket as well. Bangladesh A 70 for 1.
चलो चलो भाइयों, बढ़िया बढ़िया, चलो लगे रहो। सर ये लाइन मिट गई, ये लाइन मिट गई है, दिख नहीं रही है। ड्रिंक्स के
Finally breaking through, breaking that opening wicket stand of 70 with the wicket of Naeem Sheikh being claimed by Manav Sudhar, the left arm spinner, in his very first over. And that's going to give a glimmer of hope to this India A side. They don't have too many runs to defend. Target of 212.
Yes, boy.
On the first look didn't seem adequate. And Bangladesh A would say, okay, we just need another 142 from here. So we've done the hard work. Got a good start, a quick fiery start. Let's now just buckle down and make sure we get the remaining runs.
Change of end for Parag. They have to get wickets now. They got one breakthrough. One brings two. We always mention that. Now this is the right time. Getting your fielders a little bit closer. Creating that pressure. Looking for one more wicket. That's what we're seeing here. Sai Sudarshan is going to slip.
Yeah, so the off spinner operating. You'd expect that outside edge. We've seen Parag extract some turn. Spinning the ball away from the left-handed batsman. The new batter out there, Zakir, can be put under some pressure here. Just flighting the delivery. Rayan Parag hoping that he gets a little bit of drift back into the left-hander and then get the ball to pitch and break away.
Zakir Hussain had a great outing. The previous one he scored 62 runs. So you need to create that pressure earlier. Once he gets set, it will be easier for him.
A hit away in that mid-wicket region for 4. Well struck here by Tanzid. Picked his spot. There was deep square and long on. And he's bisected the two.
The length was full. Went for runs. Because you don't have much run to defend. So line and length has to be very disciplined.
There is a fielder at long on. You could hear the grunt as the batter felt that he could have placed this better towards mid-wicket, could have got more perches for the effort. Bad ball that should have been put away. And that is why Tanzid let out that cry of agony, thinking that he missed out. He's bowled well to the new batter, Ryan Parag. 14 gone, 77 for 1.
It's been Bangladesh A all the way through in the semi-final 2. They put India into bat after winning the toss, restricted them to 211. Medium pacer picked up 2 wickets too. In reply, they are in control of the proceedings here. 77 for 1 after 14 overs. Their target is 212. They have made a breakthrough in the last over of Manav Sutar. Naeem Sheikh was dismissed, but both Tanzid and Zakir are in good nick in this tournament. Zakir was involved in a very crucial partnership with Joy in the previous encounter. At one stage, Bangladesh had lost 3 wickets for 30 odd, and then it was Zakir and Joy who consolidated the innings and took them to respectability, and this was how Sheikh was dismissed. Looking to play an expansive drive, was bowled off the inside edge of the bat.
The Bangladesh have got to really batten down. There has been a period of play when they've dominated absolutely, but with that fall of wicket, they can just afford to be a little more patient, bide their time. Well ahead of what India were at each other well. Go through a period of rebuilding for the team.
Bit of turn, but that's worked away well. Fine on the onside. He'll be cut off, but Zakir will come back for the second. It's so critical to bowl the right line, especially when there is enough deviation of the surface.
You can expect Zakir Hassan to be careful in terms of line. You're talking about landing on the middle stump, going down the leg side. It becomes easy pickings. You're absolutely right. It's got to be so accurate.
Change of line does well to end the over with a dot ball. 80 for 1. Bangladesh A after 15 overs. In this competition of providing a good foundation to their team, Bangladesh A. Ryan Parag starting a new over, beats him out of the off stump. There is definitely some help for the spinners here on the surface.
That's superb. The drift in, look at this. And then the turn away. You get the batter committed and you beat the bat with that sharp turn. Some encouragement for the bowlers. Parag. Suspicious look at the wicket from Tanzid.
Shifting his line, and the left-hander goes over the infield. Will it beat the fielder? No, it doesn't. Nick and Jones does well. Chases and drags it back. Saves 2 runs for his side.
You know, that previous delivery, I think, forced the batter to go and take the bowler on. And this is where you should